Hi, guys. What is up with you guys? What you doing? Do you guys remember that? That show? What you doing? Can you remember? I'm touching a little nugget of something in your brain.
I know. I've heard it.
The character that says that is Isabella.
I was supposed to say, I'm pretty sure that's from Phineas and Ferb. That's not a movie.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb. Yes, you're right.
Movie.
Well, they did have movies.
They did, but that's mainly the show.
That is true. That is true. What show is that?
You
Is what I
threw
should
me
have said.
off.
I should have said, what show is that? Please forgive me. I was incorrect.
I'm defending myself right now.
Defending your ignorance.
Such a nice way to put it, Mom.
I'm so mean. Hi, guys. Tell me who's here and where you are watching from and what your weather is doing right now, because Neely messaged our Fab 4 group this morning and it was snowing in Oregon. So she was like, what? It was hilarious. That is not normal at all. It is not snowing here. It is. Oh, and I did just reset the internet. This is literally as good as it's going to get. And it's not great because we're supposed to have 30 megabytes per second and it only pinged at like 20. So I am trying. Not a single chat has appeared yet. I'm sorry if you guys are talking to me. I got nothing. Oh, that's why. YouTube has changed something. They've changed it. There we go. Now I can see. They've changed it to when I go live, it doesn't show me the live chat. There's a little thing at the top. It says live chat. They keep setting it to top chat. So I just have to switch it to live chat. Sorry. I forgot about that. Hi, Uncle Big Guy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Julia. Hi, Blaze. Hi, Lindsay. I don't know who you are. Hi. How to say that one? Oh, I know you. I know who you are. Karen and Sylvia and Marcy and Lisa and Donna and Catherine. It is 57 degrees right now. It's actually not bad. Yesterday was the warmest day of the rest of the year. Our days are like 50s, 60s, and then 30s for the high. And the lows are in the teens. That's going to be interesting. I am going to be fighting how to keep the water from freezing up on the animals. Any suggestions? Because ducks have to have water that they can dunk their whole head in. So I have to have at least that because they need to clean out their bills and their ear canals. Because ducks, they really are kind of my spirit animal. They're very superfluous. They're very extra. Yeah, that must be my spirit animal. It's unfortunate. Oh, yes, Wendy is working on her giant manure pile for her garden. It is going to get very hot in here. Oh, and the dog said help you open the window. So sweet of them. Yes, Blaze, the heated vest has been... The heated vest has been amazing. I don't need it very often. Right now I'm sitting with my heating pack, so I figured I'd save my battery, charge it up a little bit. But it has definitely been helping. We be live. Yes, we be. 80 degrees in Virginia. Nice. Nothing important, just watching Ben Bickman. Weather sunny but cloudy near Pittsburgh. Sunny and 81. There's lots of 80s. East Tennessee, 80 degrees, 75 in Ohio. Beautiful weather in Maine, 70 plus. Oh, we had some gorgeous days last week, but I think it's over. Let me see. In the 70s, 58 in Northern California. Ooh, that's actually pretty chilly. Heat tape around the... Okay, this is the other thing. Y'all. Remember how long I've been waiting for that fiber optics, which obviously has not been installed yet because, 20 megabytes per second upload speed. It has not been uploaded yet. or not been uploaded, not been updated yet. They have not switched me over to fiber, but you know what they did? They cut through the wire that takes power out to the deer shed. So there's no power out there. So I have to figure out how to keep all of the animals' water from freezing without power. Because, yeah, isn't that fun? So that's where we're at right now. Oh, 83 degrees. Texas and Oklahoma, y'all got hit a little bit with some storms. Blaze, did you have any really close calls with the tornadoes at all when they went through the other day? But yes, we actually have heated buckets that plug in. We have heated water pails that plug in that are good until I think it's like 0 degrees or in the teens, something. Yeah, can't even use those. So we're trying to determine what we're going to do. We're thinking about just taking 5-gallon buckets of warm water out there in the morning. And then once again in the afternoon, depending on how cold it is, we may just exchange them out, dump the ice blocks elsewhere, and then bring them back. Lots of rain at night, no tornadoes here. Okay, good. You were south of those. Company gonna fix what they broke. So they had everyone come out here and mark where the power lines and the gas lines and all that stuff was. That line was not installed by any company, so nobody marked it. That was one that was laid by the previous owners with nothing. So I'm not entirely sure that they're going to come out and fix it because it wasn't marked. Everything else was marked. And we don't even know where it was. Yeah, so I have no idea what we're going to do with that. But we do tend to lose power in the winter. We lose power in the winter. We also lose power in the summer from storms and things like that. So I figure it's not a terrible idea to get it figured out on how to do it without power. Anyways, because that's literally the only thing we use the power for. We have lanterns we can take out there. We have flashlights we can take out there with us if we need to. We don't heat any of our animals' enclosures ever. The reason we don't do that is because their bodies are actually made to withstand the really cold temperatures. And if you provide artificial heat for them, their bodies learn that they don't have to. And so then they will not run as hot as they should. We can do things for our chickens, for example, like giving them whole kernel corn. That actually raises their temperature a little bit. Every chicken, their body produces like 10 BTUs. So they're like a 100-watt light bulb. They can keep themselves pretty darn warm. And if we interfere with artificial heat, then it can mess with that. And then their bodies won't produce enough. And then if that light goes out, plus one of the biggest fire starters on farms is artificial heating for animals. So we're just going to leave them. I don't know. Richard was actually asking me that earlier. He was talking about adding salt to the water so that it lowers the freezing point. And my question was, but is that going to be bad for the animals? If they're drinking water that's even colder than normal, wouldn't that be along the same lines as eating the snow, which we're told don't let your animals eat the snow too much because it'll lower their core temperature and then they can die. So I was like, would that kind of do the same thing? So I'm not sure. But that's what crossed my mind was if the temperature is lower and they're still ingesting it, they're going to be dropping their core temperature too much. But I don't know. I would think they'd be able to use salty water to rinse out their nasal passages, but whether or not they're drinking it, because ducks are ridiculous when it comes to water, that's the part I am not sure of. So we've been looking at all kinds of ideas and, trying to get creative. Speaking of which, after this is over, I need to go drive down a county road that I saw 4 empty tires on. I need to go see if those tires are still there. If they are, we should go snag them. I saw something about putting old tires and putting a water bucket inside of it and spraying spray insulation foam inside the tire to help insulate the rubber bucket. So when you put the water in there, it insulates it and it doesn't lose heat quite as fast. You can do the bottom too, so that it's not sitting there on the ground and then in the air. So that was one option. We've talked about heating rocks and putting them in there, but the best rocks to heat are soapstone so that they don't explode, because any porous rocks could have some water trapped in them, and those, when you heat, will explode. So let's not do that. That would be bad. How about using black plastic in the sunshine for your water buckets to grab heat? It's like cloudy for 3 months. Solid. Sometimes there's absolutely no sun. We will not see. Last year in the winter, I think it was a solid 3 months where the sun really did not even break through the clouds. It was crazy. Hi from New Mexico. I grew up in Bangor, Wisconsin. Hi, Amanda. It's nice to meet you. Not to change the subject, but hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Karen. Yes, my sticky is not sticky anymore, and it fell down, so I didn't see it. So everyone, please hit the thumbs up. That tells other people that you think that this content is worth watching. Unless you don't think it's worth watching, then don't hit the thumbs up. I don't want you to lie. I'm just keeping it real. So earlier today, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. And so I reached out to the ladies of the Fab Four, and hello, Mr. Tito. Reached out to them, and then I messaged a couple other people, and I was like, I gotta go live. What should I talk about? So from all of those things, I came to the topic, which I titled, Am I Insignificant? Or I'm feeling insignificant. The conversation that kind of started this whole thing was the concept and dealing with people. Because a lot of times when we go on this health journey, this quest, we change. And I'm sure you guys have noticed it, but sometimes the people in our lives change as well. They don't really seem to sometimes accept what we're doing. They do not support us. And sometimes the ones that we are closest to, we want them to join us and do it with us. And they're very resistant to that. And I have seen it a lot. I took it as I really didn't have a lot of close friends in California. I have far more close friends here in Wisconsin than I had in California, and very, very few real true friends in California. So I didn't really lose anyone when I went low carb because I was already pretty much alone. And so it's hard for me to speak to that because my significant other joined me on this journey within 12 hours of me, because Wisconsin is awesome. Yes, it is. But I was only alone for about 12 hours, and then he joined with me. So I kind of wonder if the people that turn their backs on us, that walk away from us, that don't support us, I wonder if they feel insignificant because you did this without them, without their permission, without their help, without their support. You're doing it without them. And it made me wonder if they feel insignificant. And I got to be real. I'm not the only one of the YouTubers lately. We've been feeling insignificant. Not as in I want everyone to give me all the praise and I want, to win all the awards and I want to have nothing like that. Sometimes we just begin to feel like we're not making a difference. And then I have to remind myself, well, if I help just one person with one thing, whether it's about losing weight or getting off of medications, or if it's homesteading or prepping because I'm getting ready for whatever could be on the horizon. This year, the blizzards could be really bad. I could be weeks without power. I got to have some stuff ready. The recession that isn't truly a recession, it's just kind of a little something or other. It's not getting any better. So I need to be ready to be able to still feed my family and things like that. So I'm kind of branching out. I'm changing a bit from who I've been and what I've been talking about and what I've been focusing on to new topics and new things like that. So now it's almost like separating the wheat from the chaff. And the people who end up staying with me are the people who are supposed to go forward with me. And the ones that I'm losing, I need to not worry about those ones. Because I've always said I don't need to be everybody's everything. I will not ever be everyone's cup of tea. I just won't. So that's the topic that ended up coming up when we were talking earlier, was about feeling insignificant. And it was just kind of this super deep topic that was like, wow, we could really take that a lot of places. Blaze says, no, you are not insignificant. I think of you as my friend and family. I agree, Blaze. It's so funny. You have no idea how many times a day I mention you. I'll be talking to Richard and I'm like, I should text Blaze. I should ask Blaze that. Oh no, I think Blaze told me. Yeah, that's what Blaze said. So I talk about you all the time. It's really quite funny. Danette says, we are on this journey of life alone. God is our soul, support, and love. Humans are fickle and selfish. Love everyone and move forward. It's so crazy. And yet, we are alone. And yet God said in the very beginning when he created Adam that it was not good for Adam to be alone. And that's when he created Eve. Because it's not good for man to be alone. In our prayer group yesterday, we didn't even record it. It was powerful yesterday in the prayer meeting that Emily Penton does over at Inner Clarity Systems, who used to be Carnivore Minds, is no longer Carnivore Minds, is now Inner Clarity Systems. At least on Instagram, she's still retaining Carnivore Minds, so if you tag her, it's not a big deal. But we have a prayer meeting every Saturday at 4:00 Central. And normally we record it. But it was so intimate and so personal that we decided not to record it. And we ended up just having a prayer meeting to pray over some of the specific members that were there off the record, kind of. And that topic actually came up. Hi, Monica. That topic came up, that it's not good for us to be alone. And even God created us so that we could worship him, so that he was not alone.
Yeah.
Can you all hear the cat? Meow, meow. You can go outside with the kitty. Oh my cow, the kitty's right outside the window. Like, I hear mom talking, but yeah, we have to do.
I know.
You're gonna have to go out, V.
The room has been ruined. I apologize.
Yes, the silence has been ruined. Oh my cow.
Now she's mad because I closed the window.
Blaze says we all have a path journey to take, and others will join us on that path for a time, and then they will have to take their own path. Yes, and that's one of the things. Oh gosh, I wrote it down. I don't even remember who it was. I don't know where my note is. My note is missing. There's a book, and it talks about. Basically, it's Irving Yalom, I think is the name. It's a book about. It's a very pitiful now. It's a book about like groups and the life cycle of groups, whether it's therapy or things like that, and that it's this ebb and flow. You come and you go. And right now I'm kind of in that ebb. Like I'm losing people. And not in a bad way. My love, can you pull that sheer curtain over and then double it up for me? Keep pulling the second one down, the behind one down a little bit more. Perfect. Thank you. Now I'm not being blinded by the sun. You can go see the Kiki. And it talks about how, as you change as the group owner, the group leader, that people are going to peel away. And sometimes you'll go from having your original people to then it switches over to, new people. And it's that awkward phase where you're still, oh my gosh, I know. They're like right outside the door and they're super loud because they can't watch TV because the internet is so bad. So they're sitting right outside the door. I can turn the gain down a little bit. But you guys are gonna have to tell me if it's too quiet. So I turn that down. Am I too quiet? And can you still hear them the same? That is my questions. I have no way to check that stuff on my own. Yeah. So I'm in that space where I still have some of my original people, but a lot of my original people aren't still with us. And then we're bringing in new people too. And then we're changing and altering. No, you are fine. And they are quieter. Okay, cool. Thank you. I swear I got to start paying Blaze someday. She's like the best digital assistant ever. Hi, Shelly. The prayer group. It was so good. It was so God. Like it was amazing. Last night we had friends over and I left. I was like, I'm sorry. I lead a prayer group, so I help lead when I have to go. So they were, totally patient. So that's what was in the background of the prayer group, but it was so beautiful. And that's really where a lot of my focus has been lately, is really on God and prayer life and listening to God and what he is prompting for me to do. And I never used to talk a lot about the fact that I'm a Christian and things like that, but I just feel like God is calling me more and more and more to that. So there's going to be more of that. Oh, darling.
Wood's here.
Oh, the wood's here. Oh, good. We have another load of wood because speaking of prepping and getting ready for the winter time, if it's going to be really, really, really cold, I need a lot of wood. And we have the ability right now to get some wood that's pre-cut and already dried. And then we're working on drying some of our own stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at. Shelly said, thank you for my authenticity. You're very welcome. Karen said, I gave up with family, especially since stalling at 220 pounds for months. I don't want to deal with the resistance or backlash. It's really hard. It's really hard. I lost almost all of my weight. I mean, I still had like 10 pounds to go to technically fit into the BMI charts. And since then, I've put on another like 20 pounds. And that was while I was still super strict carnivore. And sometimes it's very discouraging and it's very hard. And we're like, people are going to judge me and they're going to see, this, and they're going to think this, but I still know that it's the right thing to do. Everyone wants to be part of a group. They want to fit in. We all want to fit in. And I think that it can be a wonderful and a very good thing to fit in and have people that you can rely on. But then we also do have to be self-reliant and be able to move forward on our own. Because if we always rely on other people, they're going to fail us just like we fail ourselves sometimes. I think the hardest part is not putting anybody up on a pedestal. I think that is probably one of the hardest things to do. But oh my gosh. Actually, Blaze, that's exactly what I've been thinking. Blaze said you may be glad for those extra pounds by the end of the winter season. Yeah, that's honestly what I've been thinking. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to worry too much about losing the extra weight. I think I'm just going to like let it happen because yes, I've added back in some more carbs. I have gone up a couple of pounds. I tried to introduce something new and I did go up several pounds from that one. And I still haven't gone down poundage wise from that food. So, hi Raquel. But I'm not going to worry about it. Like I'm just going to keep going because I feel good. And if this winter ends up being what some people have predicted it will be, I might be very happy for those couple of extra pounds. Karen says I have to work on my walls, but not ready yet. It's I put up some really good walls. I have some really, really thick walls that I like to keep in place. And in California, I built them up pretty high and pretty wide. So now it's time for me to start working on taking down those walls and letting people in and risking getting hurt again. If those are even the walls you're talking about, Karen. Wendy says, had fun at Goodwill yesterday. The doctor scale says no weight loss, but I had to replace all the jeans. The scale is a liar. It is just all there is to it. Oh, and I love you too, Raquel. I love seeing the same names again and again. It's like, you are my people. I love it. I feel so blessed. And I think it's very important to have those few. They're like your core group. Because we don't want 1,000 mediocre, lukewarm friends versus a few real, true friends. Speaking of family, I better text my kid. Be to peeps. Just try losing us, right? There's a few, right? Wendy's like, I'm not leaving. Boy, Wendy and Blaze, what would I have to do to make you guys like run in the other direction?
That's the question.
That's the real question. Like, what would I have to do to make you guys? I understand. I have to put up walls. Oof. Walls. You should answer the texts from this individual. You know how your kids sometimes don't want to answer questions. They don't want to answer phone calls. They don't respond to certain people. Yeah. It is good to have people in our lives. Yes, it is. And knowing who you can trust, that's honestly the hardest thing. Lately, our society seems to be so divided. But it is making it clearer for you to know who your people really are. You just got to find them. I had to go down to, Milwaukee to find some new friends. Yeah, it's very, very funny. I had to drive all the way there for a 4-day conference with Patriot Nurse to find some of my new people who came over last night, and we had lots of fun talking about all of the things. The kitties are right outside. We inherited kitties, 2 garage cats. One of them, I don't think that they'd ever given him any dewormer at all, because shortly after we got him, within a few days, he threw up a 4-inch long tapeworm. So I called my vet. I was like, yeah, I usually dose my dogs with ivermectin. We have a Ivermax, big old Ivermec bottle. And I was like, how much do I give the cats? She was like, with that much of a load? So she told me how much to give them. She goes, you need to repeat again in 2 weeks. So we'll see if he makes it. I mean, the thing was it was nasty. It's fantastic. Yeah, I went to her Patriot Nurses meeting. It was so good. So good. 4 inches long, right? Yeah, so I'm battling that right now. I wonder if the chickens eat it. If the chickens will be fine, or if we'll start growing in the chickens. Do chickens get roundworms? I don't know if chickens get roundworms. I wasn't even home. My husband was like, yeah, the cat puked up a worm. And I was like, what'd you do with it? He's like, it's still there. And I was like, don't leave it there. It's pretty funny. I need Con to stop work on getting a tribe. Honestly, it really is incredible. I went to the Metabolic Health Summit. That was my very first one ever. And I had no idea how much I was going to love it. I love going to these types of things to find your people, because you really do find like-minded individuals. You find a lot of people that don't see eye to eye with you, and that's okay. But then you can find the people that really, really do line up with what you're doing and your thinking. And so it's incredible. I should be going to KetoCon. I should be. There's no positive guarantee yet, but I'm like 90% sure that I'm going to be going to KetoCon with Neely. And then Neely already has her tickets. Lindsay already has her tickets. And Janet has tickets, but is not sure she's going to be able to go, unfortunately. So we should all be at KetoCon. We're talking about maybe doing a Fab 4 get-together meetup. Officially out of water. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, those are so fun. They really are incredible. Unfortunately, my husband will not be able to go with me because animals and work and children, because his kids will be here that month. So that makes it harder. Let me see. Blaze says it is really hard to piss me off, but a few people have. Having fought with my mother all my life till she passed, I've had a lot of practice with nasty people. Family. Family is fun. That's what family is. My son has still not read it. Let's see how long it takes him to read it. When you've been betrayed and lied to by one spouse, you build up walls. I know. Trust me. I know that one. Very, very, very much. Julia, nature is hostile. Yes, it is. Anyone who says that nature is gentle has never spent time outside on a farm. Ever. It is not gentle. It is beautiful and it is rough. I have these 2 gorgeous hens that we hatched. They're black and green on the bottom, and then they have these brown heads. They're gorgeous. I named them Tia and Mia from Cars. Yeah, we only have one now. I don't know where the other one went. She's just, one morning we went out there and it was like, where's the other one? And she is just gone. So a hawk went after my hen yesterday. Tara, right? Nature is rough. Like, it is really, really rough. Check out Patriot Nurse. She won't be a waste of your time. Agreed. I love Patriot Nurse. I got a hat. It's under here. I got a hat.
You said that.
I got a hat. I haven't even tightened it, though. I need to tighten it. Let me do that. You fought it off? You fought off the hawk?
Like a stick or something?
That's amazing. Okay, have you all ever seen the movie? What's it called? I think I got some of my hair stuck in that. I did.
Good job, Mom.
The movie The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. She goes out there on the phone and there's like this little dog and this eagle comes and grabs this little dog, and so she's like trying to fight the eagle to get the dog back, and it's hilarious. I ran after it. Luckily, it got scared off and flew away. Yes. Oh, I don't remember how many times when the baby fawns are all born, the vultures and all the turkey vultures are out there, and the giant hawks and eagles, bald eagles. Yeah, they show up too. They will just plunge straight down, grab a baby fawn and take off. And I can't get out there fast enough. And so whenever we look outside, if we see the big birds of prey circling, we'll all like go out there. But the best we can do is, just kind of be present. It was suggested to us to stop doing that and just get some birdshot and go out there with a gun. They were like, let them take one and then kill them. And then that'll be the last time that you see any of those for the rest of the year. There's my Patriot Nurse hat. No, the dogs absolutely cannot be in with the deer at all. We would have to get very well trained livestock dogs. And I do not have the time or the energy or the ability to train my dogs to be livestock dogs. And they're too old now. My German Shepherds are idiots. And they try to herd the deer, who then kick them. And then previous owners, they've lost dogs before from one kick from the deer. It collapses a rib and then they're dead. So, yep, dogs and deer do not go well together. Unfortunately, I bet if we had a very well-trained livestock guardian dog that it would be okay, but that I do not have. So, unfortunately, no. Yeah, it would be nice, but yeah, Proposal. I think that movie's hilarious. With her, take the dog, take the dog, take the dog, bring me back my phone, take the dog. Yeah, I used a 22 rifle just to shoot to scare it, but it wasn't scared by it. Nope. I need a bigger gun next time. I had to run after it to finally scare it. Yeah, and 22s, I do not like 22s. They bounce. So if you miss, you are pretty much guaranteed it's going to hit something else because it will bounce and ping around stuff. For the slightly smaller, like raccoons and possums and things like that, 17s are even better because once it hits something, it just kind of disintegrates. So 17s are really good. 22s are, but rifles with like birdshot, something in it like that are the best because then unless you're right on top of something, you're not really going to hurt it. So yeah, you need to go get a big gun, a lot of birdshot. That's what you need to do. I've had so many people, oh yeah, well just put a cover over the top. And I'm like, you want to pay for that? You can come and do my stuff. That's fine. Yes, I was scared by that, but it all worked out. I was told you can't shoot birds of prey. I was just trying to scare it off. No, you're not supposed to shoot birds of prey. That's why we use birdshot. With those big ones, unless you're close enough, it's not going to do hardly anything to them at all. Never target practice on the tire swing with a 22. Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah, no. I only have 122 Ruger handgun, and all the other guns I have are 9 mig. I love SIGs. Oh my gosh, I love SIGs. So when we first started looking at getting a gun years and years ago, my husband asked me, what gun do you want? And I said, I want a Sig Sauer. And he goes, that's very specific. Why do you want a Sig? And I said, because in the books, Artemis Fowl, that is what his bodyguard carries. He carries a Sig. And I figure if it's good enough for Butler, then it's good enough for me. That was literally my whole reason for wanting SIGs. And so he started doing more research, and he's like, I can get behind that. And so that was, I think it was our very first gun purchase was a SIG. I think it's a 226. Yep. See, most of the Navy SEALs carry SIGs.
Such a nerd.
If it's good enough for Butler, it's good enough for me. So, yeah, I like SIGs very, very much so. My husband got to show off to friends last night. They had fun. It was very entertaining. I did not know that most of the Navy SEALs carried SIGs. I'm not a Glock person. Like, I've had Glocks before. They just weren't my favorite. I love the way that the SIG, the ones that we had gotten, were all metal handles and things like that. I like the fully metal. I didn't like the plastic. It felt like too much of a toy. But anyways, that was totally off topic. Oh my gosh. Birds of prey and guns and who knows what else. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. My phone has been having some serious issues lately, and it keeps going places and like opening things in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, would you stop? Anyways. So that is my talk for today. About being insignificant. Kind of makes me wonder if the people who turn their backs on us feel insignificant, and that's why they're like, yeah. Or it's just time to move on. Most of mine are P320s and very easy to clean. I like SIGs. They're fun. There's a lot of things to like about them. Apparently the Navy SEALs agree. So does anyone have any other questions or topics that you want to talk about? Otherwise, I think I'm just going to let you guys go. I need to go can some more potatoes. That's what I need to do. I need to work on some potatoes or freeze dry. I might like get them ready to freeze dry, and then maybe I'll can some too. I don't know. My husband's been coming home with free potatoes. I'm not going to look a free potato in the mouth. I'm gonna can it, or I'm gonna freeze dry it. I'm not gonna look a free potato in the eye. This is why I keep my daughter around.
I'm sorry, that was bad.
Oh my gosh. NCIS also carry SIGs, and most of the military are switching to see. I like it. That's awesome. They're good quality, and some of them are just freaking gorgeous. I love yeah. I like SIGs. That's all I can say. I'm out of water. I need more water. You got no water too.
Mine, but I have nothing in my water bottle.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Tom. Yeah, I don't really like to talk about what all we currently have. But yes. Okay, Tom, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Every time I type the word "and," it comes out abs. Abs. Every time. And so I have to go back in and I have to correct every time that it auto corrects to abs on the stupid thing.
You can remove a certain word from autocorrect.
I need to find that because abs. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Well, we'll have to talk guns another time. Not on a YouTube live. Have a good weekend, everybody. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me while I do these. I greatly do appreciate each and every one of you when you come and hang out with me. It helps me feel significant. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.